Hey guys, welcome to another podcast.
Hello.
So instead of just trying to come up with topics ourselves and what have you, we're going to answer some of you guys' questions
Yeah.
and reply to comments and stuff like that.
Well, and one thing I think we should suggest is that instead of a comment next time, maybe leave with topics that they would like us to talk about.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah. So if you guys have anything specific that you want to know about the mosses, let us know.
So some of these are all voicemail left on the Anchor app. So if you haven't downloaded the Anchor app, the link is down in the video description. But then for this video that we're recording of the podcast, but then there's also you just go to Anchor, look for Anchor. It's on Android and Apple iOS app store places. So again, unedited. We're doing this old tech. Well, I guess it's not really old tech. I'm using a cell phone, but I'm playing back recordings that we have for you guys. So hopefully you can hear it pretty well. But these are just voicemails from you guys. So let's answer some questions and reply to some comments.
Okay.
Hi, Priscilla. It's Matthew. I was just wondering how you deal with individuals who comment in a way that's supposed to be complimentary, but isn't necessarily correct. For example, if they congratulate or compliment Abby on being able to do something that they don't think she should be able to due to her condition, but actually isn't linked to her autism at all. I was wondering if you just take these compliments in kind, or do you use them as a way to educate an individual that, no, she's always been able to blank, or that has nothing to do with her condition. Thanks, guys. Love the podcast. Hope you're doing well.
Thanks, Matthew. So we met Matthew in Helen, Georgia. Yeah.
We were just walking through the little town there, and he saw Asa and was like, "Oh my gosh, I watch your vlogs all the time."
Yeah.
So Asa came and got Isaiah and I, and we took a couple pictures and stuff. It was cool.
Right.
So Matthew's also on our YouNow.
Yeah.
He's our YouNow fam. So we appreciate your support on all of our platforms, Matthew.
We do. So to answer your question, Matthew, because we have so many it's hard for us to remember that people haven't been here from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of new subscribers all the time, and people, or old subscribers that they haven't seen certain videos that they skipped over. I don't know why you would skip over a video, but maybe you got stuff going on that's more important. I can't imagine what, but we try to remember that not everybody knows everything, and that's the biggest thing. Yeah, definitely use it as a way to educate, especially when people are giving praise. I mean, they say that for talking, for example, that Abigail makes a sound that could sound similar to the word no when she's saying no. Mm-hmm. Abigail's done that repeatedly. Of course, Priscilla and I ourselves were like, maybe. Or is it just a noise that she makes in defiance? When she doesn't want to do something.
Well, and Abby, just because she's nonverbal, she's very vocal.
Yeah.
So she makes noises constantly.
Yeah, and some of the noises match up with not words, but with
the whatever's happening at that moment.
Yeah.
So that would be one.
It'd be a vocal reflection of a mood or something like that, but. Is it necessarily communication? We don't know. And so that would be a good example.
Right.
Yeah. Our intent is to educate, for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, same one. Here we go.
I just want to say thank you for giving me all the happiness, and tell Abby I said hi. She's a beautiful girl, and your son's so awesome. His pictures of your daughter is so pretty. I wish I could meet you guys someday. My name's Jamie. I'm 41 years old, and I have a disability myself, but it's not that disability. It's a reading learning disability. So thank you for all you've done for us. Bye.
Oh, thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you.
That means the world to us. We have such a wide variety of people that watch our channel, and the fact that people with a variety of disabilities can relate. And
Yeah, it's because you figure, okay, so we have Jamie, who's 41 and has special needs, but then we also have Matthew, who I think is in his 20s and doesn't have kids yet. He's in college. I know we have a lot of high school people that watch our channel, and then of course parents. So it's crazy, and then grandparents. It's crazy all the people that you find.
Yeah, people find different values in our videos.
Yeah.
It's cool. Thank you for watching, though, Jamie. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And hopefully we get to meet you someday.
Hey, Issa, Priscilla, just want to say I'm JJ and I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thanks, JJ. So we've been calling JJ Jai Jai for way too long. Sorry, JJ.
We're sorry.
But thank you, JJ.
He's also on YouNow, right?
He is on YouNow, yeah. Yeah.
So thank you for being on all of our platforms.
Yeah.
Hi Priscilla and Asa, my name's Alicia, and my question for you is if a doctor said to you that for an hour they could give Abigail the ability to verbally communicate and speak, would you take that opportunity to find out what she has to say and learn how to better help her when she isn't able to verbally communicate, so that you could better assist her in living a life where she was able to talk to people more and communicate better? I really, really admire what all of you are doing for the autism community, and I love watching all of your videos. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Alicia.
Good question. Really good question. What's your thoughts? I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to hear what she has to say for an hour, I guess. I don't know. So, I don't want her to be different. Like, this is hard.
Okay, so from the selfish side of things, I would hate hearing her voice and then knowing I'm going to lose it again.
Yeah. That's true.
So I would almost choose no. But obviously, I think you kind of answered the question for us. Like, obviously, it's going to help us better serve her too.
I mean, we'd have a lot of questions to ask her within an hour.
It'd be a short hour. It would fly by. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would definitely choose yes, no doubt, but that would be damaging, I feel like.
Yeah, it would be tough because, you know, we've never heard Abby's voice ever. And I don't know. It's completely different than someone.
Her talking voice. Maybe she would talk like a dinosaur, like she yells. Hey!
We're convinced though that she would talk nonstop and she would always be in trouble.
Constantly. Oh, she would be our bad kid.
She would. She
No
would have
doubt.
a mouth on her.
No doubt. She, like when you tell her to do something and she's frustrated with you and she doesn't want to do it and she goes, "Ugh!" Like, yeah. Imagine that.
And the way she just shakes her head no all the time. She'd be like, no,
Yeah.
that's not happening.
Oh, that kid.
It might be better for her that she can't talk.
Which one are we on? We're on number 5 here? Okay, I think this is the right one. Let's see. Good question.
Hi guys, so I'm actually an ABA therapist, and I have a question. If you guys know of any GPS locator tracker things for kids with autism to wear on their bodies. The boy that I work with, he doesn't have issues with elopement, but he does, however, get off a school bus by himself each day. Now, he's not alone. Typically, his parent or one of us therapists is there to get him off, but we are always worried, in a worst-case scenario, if he were to be alone, we don't know what he would do, and we'd love to be able to track him. He does wear a lanyard that has information similar to Abby's road ID, but as far as GPS tracking goes, we're curious to find some options in that realm, and options that aren't too similar to like a Fitbit or something that has to connect to a phone. Thanks, guys.
Another good one.
Yep.
So we used the Angel Sense
We did.
tracker. That's a good one.
We've done a video on that.
It's a little bit big as far as like a wearable goes.
Yeah, it's kind of bulky.
Right. But if he's willing to wear a lanyard, then I think he would be fine with having something in his pocket or in his backpack.
Mm-hmm.
It does attach to clothing. I would definitely look at Angel Sense. They seem to be the most feature-filled tracking devices.
Can you link the video just so...
I will. As far as the YouTube video, I'll
Yeah.
link that.
just so you can kind of see what the features are
Right.
on that actual device.
Right. Yep. That would be a good one.
There's also another company called Project Lifesaver, but it's not everywhere.
Right. It's only in certain locations.
So look into that. You can kind of Google it and see if it's in your area. It's not in our area, so I don't know a lot about it, but I know it's out there.
Yeah.
So those are two that I know.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
I think this second one is from the same person. Let's see.
Hi guys, so I'm actually an ABA therapist, and I have a question. If you guys know of any GPS...
No, same one. Sorry. Again, same person, but...
So I am actually an ABA therapist, and I'm just curious if there's anything that you guys sort of talk about where you wish your ABA therapist would do more of, and things that are like above and beyond our job duties, just things that we could do or say for you or your family that would be really, really helpful. I'd just be curious to know because I love the family I work for, and I would just love to make their lives better in any possible way that I can. Thanks, guys.
Great question.
So I personally don't have any recommendations just because we've been with our therapist so long that I feel like she's part of our family, and there's no, I mean, obviously there's the professional boundaries,
Right.
but we kind of, like, we work together on what types of things that we want to work on for Abigail. And so she always listens to our suggestions.
Yeah.
But I can see if there's therapists out there that are not that close to the family. I would just specifically tell the family to be upfront with the therapist and what they want.
Right. And I think sometimes it's hard for parents, especially with ABA, because we almost feel like the therapists are like doing us a favor. Because, it's so hard to get ABA, and it's like, it's hard to find the right therapist, and it's like, you always feel like you're being done a favor. So remember, as parents, it's hard for us to remember that the therapists essentially work for us. Mm-hmm. So that open communication, I don't mean like at a bossy level. Right. I mean, maintaining that open communication where the parents feel comfortable with saying, what exactly is the goal with what you're working on right now?
Asa has no problem with that.
I don't.
He questions everything.
But
and
I think as a therapist, being open, saying, hey, this is what we're working on.
Right.
And this is why we're doing it. And just make sure, and you may already have that, that great level of communication, but, making sure that you maintain that, or if you don't already have that, work on that. Just telling the therapist or telling the parents, what exactly you're working on and why.
Well, and one of the things that Abby's school actually works on is they tell the therapists that work with Abigail, they're like, always know the Mosses are not questioning you as a therapist. They're just questioning, why are we doing this and how can we implement it? Because we do implement things at home and in the community. And so Asa is super like, he wants to know all the how, why, what, where, when, and some people get offended by that and they think that he's like
questioning their skill level or
right, and he's not by any means. He's not doing that, and so their supervisor has to make sure that they understand that he's not doing that.
Right.
So just don't take offense to it if you have families that are doing that. Leave that open.
If you have an ASA.
If you have an ASA in your life, have a few drinks before the session. No.
Wow, that's the worst tip ever.
I'm just kidding.
All right, next one. Great question.
Hey guys, so two things. First, in the great immortal words of the fictitious John McClane, welcome to the party, pal. And also, in regards to what you're talking about with cult of personality, it's not really a question, more of a concern. How are you guys going to handle this? I mean, because it does seem like it's getting more and more intense in the comments section sometimes, and I just think that, to be honest, you gotta learn to let go. I get a lot of death threats and hateful comments online all the time because of my research, and I just don't let it affect me. Like I don't care. The minute you show up to my doorstep, though, that's when I'm gonna get mean. But until then, it's the internet, man. Take care.
Joseph. Gotta love
Oh,
Joseph.
Joseph. So Joseph is referring to when we talked about, handling things in the comments and my approach to people back in that podcast. That was his response to that, basically. You guys, if you missed that podcast, you'll have to go back and listen to it. But, me working on me, basically, And, we have had issues with how we respond to people in the comment section, taking things personally, things like that. But, what we also, so a couple things came from that. We had to be better, and we are better, at how we respond to people, maintaining that level of positivity, understanding that people don't have, you can't hear the inflection in their voice, you can't hear their intention necessarily just by the words that they type, right? So addressing those things better, but then also understanding that we are just about as real as it's going to get on the internet as far as YouTube is concerned. If you say something personal, we're going to respond personally. And no matter if it's positive or negative, it doesn't matter. The hate comments, whatever, that, there's a difference between trolls and people that are genuinely like criticizing or judging or whatever. And it's not like a weakness. I don't feel like I felt like it was a weakness at first, like responding to criticism, like don't respond. Like, yeah, but I had someone recently comment that they were apologizing because they were much more critical of our family than they should have been, and these are their words. When they first started watching us, and they love what we're doing, and they see the positivity, and I really appreciated. I mean, that takes a lot of maturity for anybody to step up and say that. I would have a hard time saying, "Look, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. You guys are good." Like, I would have a real hard time saying that. I think any of us would. So that meant a lot to me for them to say that. And my response was, look, this is who we are, and we respond to things because we want everyone to be on our side. We want them to understand. We want to be friends with everybody.
Well, and I'm definitely have the personality of being a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And so it affects me. It does. And Joseph, unfortunately, I don't have the same personality that you do. I just don't. And that's not going to change, YouTube or not. This is who I am. This is who I've always been. I know every day, though, that I'm making a difference in someone's life. And so it doesn't matter the comments to me. But I am going to respond to them when I feel the need to respond to them. I'm also going to respond to them when I feel like I need to protect my moss squatters. Because I don't want them out there just hanging themselves to dry, and me not, as the person at the forefront of this, not taking up for them and having their back. So you may or may not agree with that, and that's okay. We don't all have to agree. But my personality is that I am a people pleaser, so I am going to try and make things better. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I can't not address things just because I'm afraid of what they're going to retaliate with.
Yeah, now like the trolls and stuff, that's different.
We're talking about people who watch our actual vlogs day by day and have an issue with something that they see in a vlog.
Right.
Or they don't agree with something. That's what I'm talking about.
And we're not talking about like when, a large group of people.
No, and
we're talking about like individuals, one among 1,000 that have an issue with something that we do. We want to point at the situation. And go, look, you're the only one that has a problem with this. Like maybe it's and I know people project and people have issues themselves. And people have said that I creeped them out. That that they themselves were were molested and they feel like my interaction with Abigail is inappropriate, and like that's a projection of crap, unfortunate, terrible things that you had to deal with. You just had to, we all have to remember, don't project your own baggage onto other people, and that's something that we've had a
And
lot
I
of
can
too.
tell you though, I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube families now, and from the 120,000 subscribers that we have, we really don't get a lot of negative
don't.
comments. So I'm not sure what you're seeing, Joseph, to think that it's been getting bad in the comments.
Right.
It's been a couple of things, and honestly, these last few vlogs have been fun, and everybody's being super positive in the comment section.
Yeah. It's just, but it's going to come with the territory just because we are so real.
Yeah.
But I also think that's what keeps it so friendly in the comment section, is because we're real, because we're not fake.
Right.
So, okay, next one.
I thought that was it.
Was that it? Was he the last one? Wow, took a darker turn for the last one. That's a bummer.
Now we can talk about something fun before we get off.
Well, and I want to encourage you guys, leave us comments, and anything you guys want to talk about, definitely hit us up.
Mm-hmm.
We are going out of town this weekend.
Yep.
We are going on vacation. However, if you want to put on their podcast and then leave a comment or whatever, I'll screenshot it and we can use it in the next podcast if you don't have the Anchor app. We love talking about what you guys want to talk about. So
we could talk about my hashtag Moss Squad Cares. That's a positive thing to
that is a positive. Make sure you guys are jumping in on that. If you don't know anything about that, go join us on Facebook. Priscilla's got all of her stuff posted up over there. We are going to be doing more stuff on Facebook. We just added 6,500 new followers on Facebook.
New likes.
New likes. Yeah. So follow us on Facebook. Priscilla is going hard at it over there. It seems to be the best platform for you guys. It seems like most people, I know not everybody, but most people have Facebook, even if you don't have Snapchat or Instagram or anything else. And there's more available on Facebook. So there's full length videos, there's short videos, there's stories, there's lives, there's pictures, there's you can do anything on Facebook. So it's kind of a nice place.
And it's nice because
as opposed to YouTube. Right. I mean, in addition to.
But you can do it more on the go, which
right.
I love too, because if we're out and about and we want to throw a picture up there, it's fun to do.
Yep.
Like this is what we're doing right now.
Yep. Last thing, guys, shout out to Patreon crew. I just want to say thank you, guys. You mean so much to us. We have, it's November. It's a month of thankfulness. I am thankful for you. So
yeah.
I'm excited of some new stuff coming out for Patreon. Really looking forward to that. Just more interaction with you guys and better ways to say thanks. So.
And then we have our YouNow peeps.
YouNow.
We do YouNow typically 3 to 4 times a week. We were trying to do it every night, but it just doesn't work in our schedule. I mean, we're super busy. We work long hours, believe it or not. But it's a fun way to just get more one-on-one with us. So if you haven't downloaded that app, it's free.
That live stream, that's where it's at. It's where the fun's at.
It is. We'll do karaoke sometimes. Mm-hmm. We do Moss Squad trivia.
Yep.
So it's just
all
a fun
kinds
time.
of cool stuff.
Yeah. It's a great time.
Last thing, can I plug the merch last?
Of course.
Okay. Merch, guys, we have hats, we have shirts on Amazon, so you can get those Amazon Prime. We have our shirts, we have a variety of merch. If you have the shop button on YouTube, you look down there and it says shop, you can get stuff there through our store there. What else do we got?
We have decals.
Yep, that's all. So that's all on the Store Envy site.
So the hats and the decals are on our Store Envy site, which is on every link or every video that we post. We have all kinds of decals.
Right, but there's multiple ways to find merch, because we've been able to get, like, we have hoodies and stuff now, all kinds of stuff. The hats are on Store Envy, not available on other places. We just have different merch in different places because of what's available in those places.
Yeah.
So
make sure you get some.
Yep. It's a great way
great Christmas presents.
This has been the best. This logo has been the best awareness thing I've come out with yet.
You want to talk about it a little bit? I don't think you've talked about it on the podcast.
I have not. So this logo, this puzzle piece play button, the intention of it is to. It's not a Fathering Autism merch. It's a YouTube and autism awareness / acceptance merch. The idea of it is, this is our platform, our main platform that we have been able to not just support our family and make a living, but really make a difference in the world. Something that I think anybody, if you have an opportunity to make a difference in someone's life, take it. Like, this has been the most amazing thing that could happen to our family. We have met so many amazing people and really found our calling. I mean, it's been incredible. It's been life changing, and we found this massive family, and it's just so great.
And every day we add something else to the Fathering Autism thing that we're invited to, share our knowledge and share our story.
Yeah.
And for us,
that makes the world a better place for everyone. I mean, you're talking about increased awareness, increased acceptance. Our life mission here, like we have talked about, making the world a softer place to land for our daughter once we're gone. So.
Yep.
That's it for us today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for you guys over on the podcast and you guys on YouTube.
Yeah, we've got all the places covered.
We will we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.